Hi, everyone. Welcome to Enjoy English. I'm Steven.
Hello, I'm Bernice.
Today's date is February 17th, and please refer to pages 30 to 31 under Health. And the title today is Discover the Right Noise for You.
Wow.
All right, so when we see right here, we're not talking about the direction. We're talking about the correct noise for you. Right, so background noise is becoming popular as a sleep aid. So what is an aid? It's something that helps you or supports you in doing something.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm really curious to know, what is the right noise?
Yeah, because when we talk about the word noise, usually it is a negative word. We don't want this kind of sound. But the topic is talking about right noise. So which means some of the noise, they are right for us, especially help us to sleep.
Right, and background noises. I think some people are very sensitive to different sounds. That surround them. Some people like to have a lot of sounds surround them. Like when I go to sleep, I like to have a little bit of background noise.
Oh.
So I'll usually turn on like my favorite podcast, but on a very, very low volume. And then I can fall asleep.
Yeah.
And how about for you?
Well, for me, I just want to get to sleep. I don't want to listen to anything.
Oh, so you like it
I want a
nice and quiet.
Yeah, very quiet environment.
Okay, so let's find out more about what is the right noise for people. All right, so it starts with, as our world grows brighter and louder, many people struggle with sleep problems and look for new solutions. All right, so struggle with. So what does that mean? That means that you have issues with, okay? So, or have trouble with. So you have trouble falling asleep. So that's struggle with sleep problems. All right, so in the very beginning, we have a good setting. As our world grows brighter and louder. I think that is referring to, now we have a lot of social media, we have a lot of new technology. Things are always changing and things are always becoming different in our society today, and things are going at a very fast pace.
Yeah.
So that's what I think it means by as our world grows brighter and louder. So what happens in this situation? Many people have issues with falling asleep or have trouble with falling asleep. And what do? They look for new solutions. All right. So for decades, white noise has been a popular method to aid sleep. All right. So decades, that means that over 10 years, right? So a decade is 10 years. So if you put a plural form of that, that means it's going to be 20, 30, 40 years? Who knows? Usually when we say for decades, it's because like the specific amount of time that this has been happening might not be known. So that's why it's just safe to say that it's been happening for over 10 years. You can use for decades.
Yeah. So also in this sentence, we see the color of the noise. Maybe later we will talk about what kind of different colors that we have to describe noise. So right now we see the white noise. Has been, so remember we have to use present perfect tense to describe this kind of situation is starting from the past and keep going until now.
It's really interesting that you bring up the color of a noise, because usually when we think of color, it's something that we can see. But obviously noise is not something that you can see with your eyes. So it's really interesting to use colors to describe a noise. I have always heard of white noise, and I know a lot of my friends, they need to hear white noise when they want to go to sleep. To me, it sounds kind of noisy, but I can understand why to some people it's a sound that is comforting to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to me it sounds like static. It's like zzz, like that. You know, it's kind of like if you turn on your TV and it's not connected to a channel, it's that sound. That's like what white noise is.
Yes.
But it's really interesting because I just didn't know that there were other colors in that to describe noises, which is what we're going to find out a little bit more today. So In the very beginning, in our intro, we said as a sleep aid. So we saw the word aid there. It's being used as a noun in that sentence, but whereas in this sentence, it's being used as a verb. So that's something to bring attention to know that aid can be a noun and can be a verb as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this sentence, white noise has been a popular method to aid sleep or to help with sleep.
Yeah. Also, there's another important word that is as. So for our intro, this as is a preposition. Okay. And the as in the first sentence, as our world grows brighter and louder, this as is a conjunction. So that will be totally different thing.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to see the whole sentence to kind of know how certain words are being used, even though they look like the same word just by looking at them. That's the thing that's confusing about English sometimes. But the more you kind of dissect, if you take the time to dissect grammar, you'll start to see the differences.
Yes.
Let's continue.
All right.
Many products that produce white noise to help with sleep are available on the market. All right, so products that produce. Now, that can look kind of confusing because both of them start with Produce, right? So the first one is a noun, products, and those are usually things that companies create. And that is what a product is. The thing that you usually see on the shelf when you go to a store is a product, something that you can buy. So many of these products, they produce, and this is another way to say they make, all right? They make white noise, okay? And what does the white noise do? It helps you sleep, right? It's used to help with sleep. And they are available on the market. So I'm trying to separate the sentence in a way that is not overwhelming when you look at it. So the main sentence is many products that produce white noise to help with sleep and then are available on the market. That's just trying to give you more information about these products, okay? So they're available on the market, so you can buy them in stores is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, because when we see this, the verb are, so a lot of students will say, why do we use are? Because subject should be sleep. No, your subject is many products. So that's why you use are. And from that until sleep, this part will be describing many products. So these products are the products which some of the company, they make the white noise to help with sleep. So to describe this, what kind of products they are. And these products are available, which means you can buy them on the market.
Right. So if there was no that in this sentence, then you could say many products produce white noise to help with sleep. And that could be a full sentence. But because there's a that right behind products, we know that there's going to be more after sleep. There's going to be more information because to make that sentence make sense grammatically.
Yes.
Okay, so always pay attention to these small words because it can make sense. Once you take it out, it doesn't make sense. So it's something that you have to pay attention to when it comes to grammar. People find that creating the right amount of ambient sound in their environment can help cover up other noises and distract the brain enough to create relaxation.
Yeah, there's a very long sentence.
Yeah, super long. Okay, let's separate it. People find that creating the right amount of ambient sound, let's stop there, okay?
Yes.
So that's first trying to tell you the subject, which is people, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the correct amount of ambient sound. Where are they doing that? In their environment. To do what? It can help cover up other noises and distract the brain enough to create relaxation. So separating the sentence like that can help you feel like it's not as overwhelming, right? So what is ambient sound? Ambient sound is, it relates to the immediate surroundings, okay? Like background noise. So basically it's another way to say background noise. So people are trying to create the right amount of background noise in their environments, whether that being their own rooms or their living rooms or their bedrooms. And then they're doing this because they want to cover up or attempt to hide or conceal other noises. And they're trying to distract their brain or prevent their brain from concentrating enough to create relaxation, enough to relax. You could also just say that.
Yeah, so distract, which means you divert your attention from something.
Yes.
So which means you have this kind of background noise around you, then your brain can take a break.
Let's take a short break.
All right.
right, let's continue. More recently, however, pink noise has become another potential choice. All right, so here I like how the however is in the middle of the sentence, right?
Yeah.
So more recently, so that helps us know that we're going to talk about what's been happening in recent times. However is a good way to let us know that we're going to give some information that's kind of in contrast to what was shared with us in the previous paragraph. All right, so that's always a really good way for people to use in their writing to show a contrast. More recently, however, pink noise has become another potential choice. So with that, however, we know that we're going to be introduced to something different, another piece of information that wasn't introduced previously. So we were talking about white noise and how that's been something that's very popular and a lot of people know about it. And now we're introducing something called pink noise, which is also the first time I've ever heard of it. So it's very interesting. So
well, I like the color pink noise.
Yeah, so I'm curious what kind of noise is pink noise?
Yeah.
So when we talk about potential choice, so a potential choice, potential is having the capacity to develop into something in the future. All right. So what is this pink noise? What does it have the capability of doing, the capacity of doing? Pink noise is created by reducing the higher frequencies of white noise.
Oh, that's the function of pink noise. Okay.
So reduce, R-E-D-U-C-E, means to lessen. Right? Or to make, or to decrease. All right. So it's reducing the higher frequencies. So frequencies, that's the plural form of the word frequency. So frequency is F-R-E-Q-U-E-N-C-Y. So when you make it a plural, you take the Y and you change it to I-E-S. All right. So what is frequency? It's the number of times a wave of sound or light is produced within a particular period. Okay, that might sound a little confusing, but basically when you see like a sound, when you see it in a visual sense, it's usually measured with like a wave. Okay, so that's a sound wave. So when the sound wave, there usually is a high frequency and a low frequency. Okay, so when pink noise is created, it's by taking white noise's frequencies and reducing the higher frequencies. And what that does, it means that it makes the noise a little bit easier on the ears.
Or gentler.
Yes. Right. So that's what easier on the ears means. So thank you for bringing that up. It just means it's a little bit more soothing to the ears. It's more gentle to the ears. Easy on the ears.
Yes.
Usually we say easy on the eyes, but I'm just using a play on words. Easier on the ears. Okay. So it offers the same static effect as white noise, but with lower frequencies that are closer to the gentle sounds of the ocean or the wind.
So this sentence really explains clearly about what pink noise is.
Yes. So the previous sentence said the higher, reducing the higher frequencies. So I think most people might not know what that means. So it's nice that the author is giving more information to clarify what was meant in the previous sentence. So offers, another word you can use is it gives. So it gives the same static effect. What is static? Static is crackling or hissing noises. Sometimes heard on the telephone or on the radio. It's just zzz, like that kind of noise is static. Okay, so it gives the same static effect as white noise, and pay attention to that effect, okay? Some people are confused about the difference when it's used as a verb versus when it's used as a noun. In the sentence, it's used as a noun, so it's E-F-F-E-C-T.
Yes.
But if it's something that affects something else being used as a verb, it's A-F-F-E-C-T. That's correct. All right, so pay attention to that difference. So this pink noise, it gives the same static effect as white noise, but what's the difference? But with lower frequencies that are closer to the gentle sounds of the ocean or the wind. So when you're hearing pink noise, you maybe feel like you're by the beach or you're out in nature and you hear that gentle sound of the ocean or the wind.
Yeah, so we can say pink noise sounds like gentle rain or a waterfall, but has a lower pitch than white noise.
So let's continue to see what other noises or colorful noises there are. If pink noise isn't quite right for you. So here we could also say if pink noise isn't right for you, right? But we add quite this adverb because it's saying completely right for you. Because you might be okay with it, but just like a shoe. Sometimes if the shoe fits, it feels comfortable. But if it was just a little bigger, then maybe it'll be even better, right? So that's why we're using the adverb quite, which is completely or absolutely. So if pink noise isn't absolutely right for you, it's not the right fit completely, brown noise might be worth trying.
Okay, the third color.
Yeah, so it's good that it's giving us that, setup. If pink noise isn't quite right for you, then this might be better for you. So they're introducing the third color noise that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, so also remember when we use worth, we put VING behind. For example, this job is worth doing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So brown noise might be worth trying, might be important, or might be interesting enough to try. It is an even deeper rumbling sound similar to heavy rainfall or distant thunder. All right, so this is using the word even here to say that the other noises before can be considered to be rumbling sounds, but this is an even deeper rumbling sound. Okay, it's even lower than pink noise or white noise. And a rumbling sound is a continuous, deep resonant sound, like like that. Something like that is like a rumbling sound. Roaring sound.
Yeah. R-O-A-R.
Yes. Similar to heavy rainfall. Because earlier, Bernice, she mentioned that pink noise is like light rainfall. So this is heavy rainfall or distant thunder. So distant is an adjective and it's talking about something that is in the distance or far away.
Far away, yes.
Thunder that is far away. All right. So let's take a short break. As the science of sound continues to progress, we can expect to see even more colors added to the varieties of ambient sounds in the future. All right, so here the setting is as the science of sound continues to progress. All right, so we know that our knowledge of sound is continuing to grow. Like we're learning more and more.
Yep.
Like in the past, we probably didn't even know there was such thing as white noise. And then as they do more and more research, they find out there's things like pink noise or brown noise. So science of sound is continuing to grow or continuing to progress.
So this as is also a preposition. We can also use with to do that.
We can expect to see even more colors. So colors is in quotations here because, like I said in the very beginning, we don't really see these colors.
Yes.
Right? And these noises don't actually, concretely have these colors. It's just kind of up to interpretation. It's very abstract, right? Because we can't see these colors with our eyes. We're just interpreting these sounds to be associated with these colors. So that's why it's in quotations.
So the term colors are used to just describe the strength and the frequency of noise.
Yeah, or maybe what people feel when they hear these noises, right? So these colors are added to the varieties or added to the different kinds of ambient sounds or background noises in the future. All right. So whether you prefer the classic white noise, the gentler pink noise, or the deep rumble of brown noise, let's stop there first.
Okay.
Usually we say whether A or B, sometimes like in this sentence, whether A, B, or C, or it can be even more. It's trying to introduce different possibilities, okay? So pay attention to that grammar, whether A or B, and if there's more choices, whether A, B, or C.
Or C, yeah.
Okay? So this is just trying to introduce like the different noises, the different options. So whether you prefer the classic white noise, and we know it's a classic because most people already know about white noise, and a lot of people already do use white noise to aid them in their sleeping patterns. The gentler pink noise. So here it's adding like an extra adjective in front of the colored noise to kind of help you remember what was taught to us in this lesson. So the gentler pink noise, because it's more gentle than white noise.
Yes.
Or the deep rumble of brown noise. So here, because there is no adjective for rumble. So it's saying deep rumble of brown noise.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue. There is likely a sound out there that can help you get a good night's sleep. All right, so there's likely a sound. That means there is probably a sound out there. That means that maybe there's like still some sounds out there in science or in nature that we are still trying to discover, right? There's always any kind of possibility out there, like whether if these three options are not necessarily quite right for you, there might be more sounds out there that they haven't discovered yet that can help you or aid you with a good night's sleep or in a good night's sleep.
Yeah. So from this paragraph, we know that no matter a pink, white, or brown noise, they can help us or improve us to sleep well.
Yes. All right. So we learned a lot about what the right noise might be for you today, and hopefully you'll do some discovering on your own. Like for me, I think
sleep like a log.
Yeah, I think pink noise is something that is something that I'll be interested in doing some research on. Yeah. But for Bernice, probably just nice and quiet.
Yes,
no noise.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
That's the perfect sound for her. Is no noise.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us in today's lesson. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.